What Stacey Says, the weekly podcast. Real lady, real life, real views. Uncensored, unfiltered, unmissable. And here's your host, Stacey.
Good evening, everyone. How are you? I hope that you have had a good day at work. I was a bit sceptical of doing this one today, considering that the last one that I done, we had a thunderstorm and I ended up nearly under the desk. But I'm hoping that it doesn't happen, even though they have said that there is going to be thunderstorms. I'm hoping I am done and dusted by the time that happens, because I do not want that to happen again. I was actually debating whether to come onto this one, be dressed as a troll, considering that's what we're going to be talking about. Before I come on, I did have my hair sort of like pinned up like Bam Bam out of the Flintstones, and I thought, should I go on there looking like this? Maybe I could get my point across. I do not know. I also said that I'd meditate 10 minutes before doing these, and that hasn't happened. But I have got my meditation music on. I will try not to rush things and talk a load of old bollocks, which I tend to do, or I tend to feel like I do. I'm always on my editor going, I chat so much shit. I don't even know why you edit it. But I'll go to him, tell me, be honest with me. If you say to me, I need to record it, like re-record it, because I panic. I can't stand it. I do question myself every time I come on to this podcast and think, what the fucking hell are you doing, Stace? Why are you doing this? You don't even like fucking talking to people, let alone fucking talking to yourself. Because that's all I see. I see me, my fucking face, chatting to myself. But anyway, it's therapy. Like I said plenty of times, don't go to therapy, start a podcast, because it does let you rant to yourself, even though you feel like I don't know, whether you're talking to yourself and then getting an answer, I don't know. So on this one, this will be 4 or 5, I can't fucking remember, I've lost count. I have got them written down somewhere. And I do this freestyle. I don't write anything down. I just think, just go in there and just talk as if you're talking and having a conversation with one of your friends. This one is about trolling online and shitty comments that I have come across so much, even way before doing this. And I've actually experienced some horrible comments myself, not to the extreme of what I've been told by my oldest friend that I got in contact with, again, after going to another friend's daughter's funeral. And I just want to say, how the fuck is this still allowed to be done? How is this? I know that they're trying to be laws put in place for this, and I know that it's trying to be removed, but I cannot get my head around grown fucking men and women that sit online and comment on other people's videos. And some of the comments that I've come across myself are actually quite frightening, because I think if that was a child or somebody that, I'm quite thick-skinned, there is only so much that I can take until I start biting back. But if somebody is not as strong-minded as yourself or anyone else would take that personally, I don't even want to know the consequences of what would happen. I know people have ended their life over online trolling and online bullying, shitty comments from people, and I want to talk a little bit more about that. So since I've started doing this podcast and on my TikTok page for this business, I'd done a trend where you put like a filter on your face that makes you old. And because the younger generation go, I'm nearly 40. So they go, 40's old. So I done a joke on my TikTok page of this filter being an older woman. And then I had done another filter, which made me look a little bit better than what because this is my real face. This is no makeup, no lashes, no nothing. I've got redness. I've got redness here. I'll get a greasy forehead that I have to wash my fringe every day. Fringe, not the other thing. I wash that every day as well, but fringe. And I've got flaws. So I'd done this trend with this filter, and I had to turn my comments off. I've had 30,000 views on this one video, but I had to turn my comments off because of the fucking comments that I was getting from grown men and women. It was fucking disgusting, and I can't understand how anyone can get away with it. I was told that I looked older than 40. I looked about 60. Well, if I look this good at 60, I'll take it as a fucking compliment. Another woman said, well, you're using a filter. I said, that's the whole point. It's a trend. She went, no, you're meant to be using it so what you really look like. And getting proper fucking irate about what I'm posting. And to the point where I had to literally shout in the comments in block capital letters, this is a joke. You do realise it's a joke. If you don't fucking like it, scroll on. And the amount of even men going, well, you're fucking ugly anyway. And I was like, what? And then looking at all of these profiles, they all hide behind a filter themselves, or they've all got a fucking face only a mother can love. And I can't understand it. I just think I know there's keyboard warriors out there, and I totally understand that. You seem to grow a pair of bollocks by hiding behind a keyboard, because you wouldn't dare dream of saying something like this to someone's face, because you would get a smack in the gob. I know for a fact I would smack you in the mouth. I know for a fact if you said something about what I looked like in front of my other half, I know he would smack you in the mouth, and he'd probably enjoy it a lot more than me. But I just can't get my head around the fact that these people think this is okay. It's so damaging. I can't understand it. I don't know why. I don't understand why the social media platforms are not pushing to out these people. So I was talking to my friend, and she's got children. She's got 2 girls and she has got a boy. And she told me, which I was absolutely fucking horrified about, that her daughter was on a social media platform. I don't want to say what one it is, but you can imagine, where I can't even say the group name, but on this particular platform, she was in a group where she was told how to self-harm. Like, told how to do it, where to do it, what to buy. And the things that this lady was telling me that her daughter was going through by these people online, she sent me the name of this group, and I did actually look on this particular social media platform. The actual group has been shut down, but the hashtags are still being used. So it will bring up a load of posts that these people have made in regards to how they're going to self-harm, and how they're going to, or why they're self-harming, and how it makes them feel, and what music they're listening to while they're doing it. It clearly has opened my eyes, because I had never heard of anything like this before in my life. I thought, what the fuck is this? And it frightened me. Now, this lady who I know, she really, really wants and is pushing to get sharp objects banned from being sold to people under 16. So like sharpeners, is it compasses where you've got the little thing on the end? Anything sharp, she's trying to push to get banned from being sold to people under 16. I know she even said the same thing. I know that people older can go in there and buy it for him, but it's a start. It's a step in the right direction. Going back to what she said as well, her daughter actually tried committing suicide because of this. And thankfully she survived. But since then, her daughter has now developed health anxiety, which is another episode that I will talk about, because obviously I developed that after I had my nervous breakdown. I was terrified of dying. So now this poor girl is terrified of dying.
What Stacey says. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes. Uncensored, unfiltered, unmissable.
Now, you could flip that into a positive, and I've said this to my friend. I said she could flip that into a positive and push to help anyone in the same situation that she's in, because she's obviously come out the other end a hell of a lot stronger. These online bullies haven't won because she's still here. She's thriving, by the way, and she could do anything and anything in her power to try and get this stopped. Because I think, like, the more I do this podcast, and if this podcast goes in the direction that I want it to go in, then everyone's going to get trolled, including me. I've only had a little bit of it. They might not like what I look like. They might not like my voice. They might not like who I'm in a relationship with, and all that. Like, on my private TikTok, I posted another trend about being a cougar, because obviously James is younger than me, and I was called a pedo. Like, I've been in the relationship with this man for 3 years. He was 26 when I met him. It's not like I changed his fucking nappies or I groomed him or anything like that. He was a consenting adult. And I find that as well. Like, a lot more women are now in relationships with younger men for whatever reasons. I have my reasons and they have their reasons. I've been in relationships with older people, and I've been in relationships with the same age, but I find my best relationship at the moment is with somebody that's younger than me, because he goes above and beyond to make me happy, whereas others didn't. But the amount of abuse and comments that I've read from people calling these women all sorts of names, and even saying to the men, like, they're praising the woman that they're with. Yes, they're older, saying, oh, isn't she lovely? And oh my God, she doesn't look her age. And the comments are just disgusting. Like, well, you're with your grandma, or you're with your mum, or something like that. Yet your missus probably looks like the fucking backside of a Staffordshire Bull Terrier, but no one's saying anything to you. I think the internet has got a little bit too comfortable, and everyone's just, I'm all for freedom of speech and I'm all for opinions and whatever, but sometimes you need to mind your own fucking business and stay in your lane. Because what is my relationship? How is my relationship affecting you? It's not. How is my life affecting you? If I post a trend on TikTok, how is that fucking upsetting you? If you don't like it, fucking scroll on. All these profiles are private as well. You can't see any of them, so you can't see what they look like or anything like that. And half of them are fucking all that. I can't think of what it is. It's like Japanese cartoon. They're all like that, and I think, what? Where are you even allowed? And it scares me for my future children, and it frightens me for my nieces and my nephews and my godbabies and all things like that. They're growing up into this world where social media is a massive, massive thing now, and they're going to get it online all the time. I really would like to, maybe for somebody to share this, or if anyone knows anyone that is doing anything to try or campaign or anything like that for online trolling and bullying, etc., I really want you to get in touch with me, because I really want to get involved with things like this, because it just upsets me. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm perfect and I've never made a shitty comment online, because I'd be lying. I have, and who hasn't? And people tell me all the time, I'll just ignore it, but you can't. I can't, because my gob just gets me into so much trouble. And if my mouth doesn't say it, my facial expressions do. So I can't keep quiet. And why should we? If you're talking to me, or I see you talking to one of my friends or one of my friends' children or anything like that online, the way you are, I will hunt you down. And I think we need to find out these people's IP addresses, where they're registered. And I think the police need to get involved. Not as much that the police are doing a lot at the moment, like they're not stressed enough. But this is so dangerous and so damaging. Like an online business, it's like having a bad review. If you've got an online business, it affects your business. There's been so many times. I mean, I've only been doing this for a little while. I've not been doing this for long, but I've actually sat there and thought, should I just stop? Like, should I just stop doing this now? Because I don't want the hate, if you like. I don't think a lot of. I mean, I will give as good as I get, and I will retaliate, and I will protect myself, and I will protect my own and friends, family, all their children. But it just gets to the point where it's actually quite draining. After reading all their messages from my one video that I done, I felt so drained. And it does keep you awake as well at night, thinking, why do you feel the need to say that? Do you sleep better at night knowing that you've pulled a woman down? I really can't understand why men talk to women like that, like shit online. You clearly don't like women, so you might back for the other team, which is absolutely fine if that's your preference. But when you're sitting there talking or degrading a woman by what she looks like online, then there's something fucking wrong with you. Or your wife or girlfriend better look like an airbrushed woman in the magazine, because we're not perfect. Our bodies change, we get older, we age. That's what happens. We're not going to look like a 21-year-old at the age of 39, 40 plus. We're not. You might look good for your age, and I've seen some women that look absolutely amazing, and some men look absolutely amazing, but we age, and we're not going to look like an airbrushed figure in a magazine. It's just not going to happen. So that illusion or that fantasy is what it's going to stay. It's a fantasy. That's it. If you don't like it, tough shit. Unfortunately, that's what happens. And I really can't understand women that tear down other women as well. I'm a girl's girl. I do not, if somebody is upsetting a woman, I'm going to defend that woman. Of course you are. And the world at the moment is not a fucking nice place as it is. You can't turn on the news without something bad happening, or a threat of some sort, or the news is so depressing. I do not try to watch it or read it, because I want to be in my own bubble, safe to a certain degree, in my own sort of world. And I think the world is a horrible place as it is. So why are we being horrible to other people? I do not understand it at all. Really, really don't. It's actually upsetting. And it worries me for my future children. It does, especially if I have a daughter, another one. And in a sense, and this is going to sound terrible, what I'm going to say, and I really do not mean it, I'm kind of thankful that my daughter is not growing up in this world as what it is at the minute. I'm thankful that she is in her different plane, safe, protecting other babies that have crossed over and whatever, because I don't think I could cope with if she came home and told me, Mum, I'm being trolled online, I'd be in prison. I'd be up on a murder charge. Of course you would. You protect your children no matter how old they are. I'm nearly 40, and if I'm leaving my mum's house, I still have to tell her that I'm home. it's ridiculous. But I would be the same. I would be exactly the same. So please, anyone who knows anything about campaigning for trolling or anything like that, I really, really want you to get in touch. And if you have been trolled, I want you to get in touch with me as well, because I really want to push for this to sort of be big and put out there, because so many of my friends do a lot of this and have businesses online and they're being trolled. And I just can't get my head around it. So if anyone has any information on where I could look or get involved, then please let me know. There is a big black fucking cloud that is coming over as we speak. So I'm glad that I'm wrapping this one up now, because I don't want to be jumping up and down like a jibber jabber. I think that'd frighten you all. And yeah, thank you very much for listening to me. If anyone can help me, please send me in the right direction and get in touch. You know where I am. I am thinking of maybe going live. See, I'm really nervous about doing that, because it all stems back to what audience it's going to and whether they start abusing me online. I really want to maybe try to go live once a week and do like a question, ask me anything sort of thing. So I will post any information or whatever on that. I did post on my page that I want people to get in touch. You can be anonymous for advice. I want to be your feral auntie. No way would I be. Listen, if you get advice from me, you're going to end up pissed. That is all I'm saying. And I don't take my own advice. So I don't know quite why I've come up with this idea, but I think it would be a good idea. I want you to get in touch with me with anything that you want to talk about, and anything that you want advice on. The more embarrassing, the better. I really, really want to push this as well. You can be anonymous. I want to put that out there. I will read your stories out on episodes, and I will also post on my page for people to obviously give you advice. But like I said, you can be anonymous. I'm not that much of a bitch, I promise. So yeah, that is the information for that is on my page. So please look at that. Please share it. And I want to try and get those episodes sort of in place for maybe August time, end of August time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So thank you all for listening. I hope you all have a lovely weekend, and like, share, comment, get involved. I love you all. Thank you so much.
What Stacey says. Make sure to subscribe to get updates on new episodes. Uncensored, unfiltered, unmissable.